Good morning, grade ones. We are going to do some writing again. We're going to do a little bit of revision because when we get back to school, you are going to write in your brand new writing books. And we're going to start off with this pattern, and you're going to show us, your teacher, how smart you are to know that you have to leave that fat one at the top out, then miss one, then dot one. And we're going to start with the zigzag pattern, touching the top, touching the bottom. And remember, once we start the pattern, we don't stop, because that's training our eyes to work from the left to the right together with our hands. So practice that so that by the time we get back, you know all about it. And we're going to miss one, dot one. And today we're going to practice some numbers. Number one is very similar to what we did when we practiced the E. So straight down from the top of the line to the bottom of the line, leaving your finger spaces. I have noticed some children doing a one like that, or doing a one like that. And the danger of doing ones like that is that often we do it back to front. So we've made it very easy, just a nice straight line. There you have it. I'm going to miss one, dot the next one. Now the twos are a little bit tricky because sometimes we don't remember which way around they go. And sometimes we do them in reverse. But if you try and remember that we start on the side closest to the margin and we go away from the margin. So we're going to stroke around the swan's head, down his back, his neck, and then across his back. And remember, I said to you, if we do a box, we can see it fits in. So we don't have a long one and a short little neck and back. And we don't have a tiny little head with a long neck and a long back, because none of those would fit into a box. There you go. Then we're going to miss one, dot one. We're going to practice the threes. Now the same thing happens. The three is exactly the same. We start the same way as a two, next to the margin, and move away from the margin. We do one little circle and another one. And we're going to try and make that the same size as that. So we don't have a small one and a big one, or a big one and a small one. Sometimes I see children doing threes like this, straight lines. Sometimes I see this. So today we're going to really practice and get those threes right. And if I fit it in a box, you can see there they fit nicely together. Then we're going to miss a line, dot the next one. And remember, last week we practiced the four, and we're going to do it again today. And it's the same slant as we've practiced with the Z. And we're going to go straight across, and there we have. I don't need to do too much about the four because you've done that already. Then our five, we're going to start next to the margin, move away from the margin, and come back and put his little hat on. So when we go down and we do a nice big tummy, we stay in that same space. And then when we put the hat on, it's in that same space. So we don't have small ones, big ones, small ones, and all sorts of other funny shapes. So try and get that right. And that would be your handwriting for the first time in the week. And then when we practice our next lot of handwriting, you are going to start off with your swing pattern. Then when we do a six, we are going opposite to these ones where we started at the margin. We're starting away from the margin and we're coming back towards the margin. Now I see lots of sixes looking like this, or like this, or like that. So by the time you get to the end of the row, see if you can get your six looking like mine. Remember, we don't have to do our finger spaces after that first row, because we can just carry on underneath. So use your eyes to help you find your space. Our 7s straight across, and the same slant that we use for the 4 and the Z. We start away from the margin, going away and coming back to the margin. And if I put my number in the box, you can see it fits nicely again. 8s are quite difficult, and I think that's the number we have the most problems with. But if you start at the 2 o'clock spot, remember the clock? There was 12, there was the 1, there's the 2. And we start at the 2 and we go around, we reverse back. So we start there, we go round, and we make a first. For Sammy's snake or for hissing snake, and then we close it. I see some children do that, and they do another one, and they put a little line at the top. So it's quite a complicated number, and so let's get it right today. Start at 2 o'clock. We're going to reverse towards the margin, then go away from the margin, come back to the margin side and close it. And if I put my box there, you can see it fits in the box. Our 9 starts exactly the same way as the 8. And if you have a look here, we start at the 2 o'clock spot. We do a circle that's half the size of this line. And we go back. And now a lot of children put a 9 over 2 lines because we teach you that it's exactly the same as the A. And then you want to do it down here. But the first part is exactly the same as an A, like a baby A, and then you come straight down and touch the line. So we don't do our 9 over 2 lines. And then the last one is the 10. And I know that lots of children forget which comes first with a 10. So let's try and practice that and get it into our memories and put that in your memory that the 1 is first, then the 0, and the 0 back to your 2 o'clock. So you go back that way and come back and close it. Try and make your circle nice and round so that by the time you get to the end of this row here, you've got some nice round circles. And you're going to finish off with the hop pattern or the bump or the jump, whichever you've learned. So by the time you've practiced that page, I'm sure you're all going to be ready to write in your handwriting books when you get back to school. So have fun, enjoy it, and we'll see you at school soon. So good luck, keep safe, love you lots, God bless, bye for now.